back to Isimo Podcast. Say it, Ryan. Say it. Do it. Isimo Podcast.
Isimo Podcast.
My name is Gerardo Alarcon.
I'm Dominic Angel.
Stop it. Ryan.
And our goal today is to make Ryan laugh. Welcome back. Happy New Year. Please subscribe to our YouTube, follow us on Spotify, and rate us on Apple Podcasts. And follow us on Instagram at IsimoPod, ISIMOPOD. And please join us on Patreon. For $5 a month, you get extra episode every you get a $5 you get an extra episode every week, and you get to join our Discord.
Oh yeah.
I killed it. Didn't even mess up once, dude. How was your guys' New Year? You guys had a good New Year, right?
It was good.
Good? I guess what I got you guys.
You got me something?
I got you guys a gift for New Year's.
Oh, fuck.
Yes,
what is
sir.
It? I didn't know about this. I'm really excited.
I got you guys some Smarties, dog. You guys want Smarties?
Oh, fuck. Hell yeah, dude.
Oh, now you want Smarties, huh?
You know I just want fucking candy.
Fucking talk shit about Smarties, and now you want them, huh?
Why are you
gonna... bitch. Oh, yeah, it fell behind the...
Okay, it's behind.
Oh, hey, my fucking mic, dude. Careful.
Why are you throwing shit on Twix, fool?
Sorry, Twix?
Twix?
Twix? You want some, Ryan? Just be nice, okay? Be nice.
Oh, shit, it's right here.
I'm blind.
I'm blind. I'm legally blind. Anyways, welcome back. It's 2022. And yeah, we didn't do an episode because you had coronavirus, right?
No, I did not have coronavirus.
Everyone was talking about it, dude.
It was so funny how hard you tried to remember not to say that Dominic had coronavirus. Because he did, and he just said the flu.
I got tested twice.
Funny. Yeah.
Did not get it.
But did you get a COVID test?
Yeah.
Because I knew about the other stuff.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Fuck, I should have never given you Smarties. I was going to talk shit about you guys hate Smarties.
Well, here's the thing. I've already explained this. I like candy. If I look in that bag and there's fucking Reese's Pieces in there, I'm gonna fucking jump across this table and shoot you in the face.
It's so emotional. I'm shoot you in the face.
Well, speaking of which, today's episode is about family drama, dude. Family drama.
I know a lot of people talk about it during the holiday season. You're with your family. We didn't have any drama or anything that happened, but that used to be a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's family drama? You know what's funny is family drama?
What's that?
It's usually
Seventh Heaven.
Shall we fire?
Sorry for interrupting.
That show was amazing, dude.
Oh, you love that show, right?
I love Seventh Heaven, dog.
That's so funny.
I don't remember anything from it. I know I watched it, but
all I remember is the promenade.
The promenade?
The promenade.
Welcome to Isimo Podcast. Wore a lot of like cashmere sweaters.
Anytime you tell me a story about when you're a kid, always I imagine you in an all white, like white pants and a Guayabera, like. Every situation that you tell me, that's what I'm picturing. So I just like imagine you in a fucking Guayabera sitting cross-legged in front of a TV, being like, Jessica Biel's a really good actor.
Bryan Cranston really made some good choices as a father. Fuck. Bryan Cranston's in Seventh Heaven.
No, he's not.
That's who?
Are you fucking kidding me?
That's who?
As the dad.
No.
Don't get mad.
Bryan Cranston's the dad from Breaking Bad. I mean, he's Breaking Bad.
And the dad from Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
He was in Seventh Heaven, dog.
Wasn't it like Kiefer Sutherland or something?
Let's move on.
Okay. No, it wasn't Kiefer Sutherland. All white guys look the same to me, dude.
Yeah, same. True.
I don't know. I'm getting so... It's because I know, but I don't know his name, and that's why I'm like angry about it, is I can't correct you.
You know, and now that I'm putting the faces together in my mind, it does look like Bryan Cranston.
It's Bryan fucking Cranston.
It's not.
He's the real dad. Did you ever see Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
No.
He's the real dad.
Danny DeVito is not the dad.
Danny DeVito is not their dad in the show. There's a guy, another guy. I forget his name, Greg or something. That guy is their real dad. That guy is also the actor that played the dad in Seventh Heaven.
Anyways, check out, if you haven't seen Seventh Heaven, I'm sure there's YouTube clips of it. Fucking, oh man. I can't tell you how many times I cried while watching Seventh Heaven, dog.
7.
Yeah, fuck. Oh, we didn't test your coronavirus before you got here, did we?
No.
Get it? Because Dominic had it.
I got a present for you.
What?
Coronavirus.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it.
That wasn't very smarty.
Shut the fuck up. Oh, hey, before we start talking about family drama, I want to say that this week's Patreon episode, it was hilarious because it's called Don't Look at Me, Isimo, and we're talking about celebrities that don't let you look at them. Mm-hmm. Mainly focusing on Steve Harvey.
Yeah. We really take Steve Harvey to task.
Yeah.
So if you want to
see what we took, and also I just want to say that too because we've been doing the Don't Look at Me bit all day. So
oh yeah, if one of us says Don't Look at Me, it's not a blood in blood out bit. It's a Steve Harvey bit.
It's such a funny that you bring up Steve Harvey and today's because he hosts Family Feud.
Oh, in today's episode of Family.
Oh shit!
This is meant to be, dude.
Yes. So Mexican family drama, dude. Do you want to get into anything personal first, or do you want to just talk about it?
You just like talk shit about your family? No.
I think we could contextualize it, like talk.
So let's start with the past first, right? So in the past of Isimo, we've talked about the Uno attack game, I hate Venezuelans, all this stuff, family drama, right? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's so fucking funny. Do you guys think family drama is funny or no?
I just love that you call them the Venezuelans.
Yes, they know who they are too. They listen to this. It's so funny when that episode came out. You could see I showed you guys at the time the La Madre episode. Check it out. Was episode 16.
Right.
There was the fucking Venezuelans started listening in Venezuela, dude. You could see that on the lip-sync.
They're just like playing ping pong, like the fuck.
And so, and also too, with these people, they're a little more upper middle class people. They came over for Christmas to my mom's house,
right.
Which red flag, gonna leave early, right? So, just kidding. I like fucking with them, but they saw the story, and I saw one of the lady. I'm trying not to say their name. So. I saw her and she was like, "Hey, so are you still doing that podcast?" Smiling, because they're trying to be like nice and kind.
Are you still doing that?
They're like, "Are you still doing that podcast? How's it going?" Like trying to get me to say something bad. And I was like, "Oh, dude, we're killing it. We're gonna be on Rogan next week." You know what I mean? And then she's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry to hear that." Like getting ready for something bad, kind of thing. She goes, "Oh, we saw your little story." Like that. And I'm like, oh, dude.
I just imagine like spinning a ping pong ball.
A ping pong paddle. So funny. No, but I love them. Let's be honest. Okay. Outside of the podcast, they're cool people. I don't like them though.
They gave you cheese.
Yeah. They gave me Venezuelan cheese. I gave you guys some of that.
It was fucking bomb.
Yeah. So Venezuelan's good for cheese, bad for good times. You know what I
Hey.
mean?
Thank you for coming. Leave the cheese. Please exit the door.
We want to keep the vibe kind of nice here. Sorry. Anyways, so that was something that I dealt with recently. And then for New Year's, a cousin of mine got very drunk, and I told you guys it was like a rom-com. He walked outside and was like, "I don't think you understand," because I was trying to leave.
It started raining just on him.
Yeah, but it's like something in our blood that we're just, for whatever reason, Mexicans everywhere love little feuds, dude. And it's not that they love it like consciously. It always ends up happening.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, we talked about it in episode 1. Callback. With alcoholism and just like not being able to like communicate, I think, and express ourselves. So then it always happens at those family functions where it's like because you have to pretend to be nice, and then the liquor fucking sheds all those layers.
Yeah.
And then now you're out of control.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Have you guys ever showed up early to a Mexican party?
Always.
Always? The worst thing to do is show up early to a Mexican party, Doug.
Why is that?
Because you have to talk to the people sober.
Oh, that's true. I mean, I would rather not talk to... I like showing up early because then you get to say hi to everybody, and then you find your spot, and then you just hang out there for the rest.
Also, if everything's not done yet, you have to help set up everything.
I love that your thought process for parties is like how you introduce a puppy to a new group of people. It's just like... Introduce him and then just let him like find a corner for himself.
That's why they call it socializing your puppy.
Duh. Stupid. Just kidding. Sorry.
I just think it's funny because you're the puppy and that's enough.
But yeah, so like if you show up early too, I caught that on camera by the way. He's shoving that Smartie in your mouth.
He tossed it.
No, I know, but it looked like a shove from my angle.
How do you? Okay.
I don't know. How do you shove a Smartie in your mouth? I never done it. Oh, God damn it. It didn't get you. I heard it though. Anyway, sorry. Mexican drama, dude. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Don't show up early. And then, I fucking hate showing up on time. Nobody shows up on time to a Mexican party.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. Well, the thing is that I used to, as a family, because like we had a single mom, all boys that used to just like fuck around and like go crazy and like not get dressed. We would always be late. Yeah. And so over time, I always got so embarrassed by being late because everybody was waiting on us.
Yeah.
You know, or if it's like, it's fucking Christmas and they're like, we're waiting on these fucking, on the boys, Angie and the boys to get fucking open the presents. And then so like, after that, I have like huge anxiety about being late. So I'll show up on time. I don't care about setting up, dude. I'll fucking chip ice or whatever you need me to do.
Yeah, that's become a thing where we just like, we show up, if we happen to be early, we like help out.
You guys are losers.
At least we weren't like obnoxious. It'd be fun, like the only because it's I get it what it looks like from someone else's point of view because we're kids, we don't know any better, but it comes off obnoxious.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like the only thing that would make it more obnoxious is if we were playing "The Boys Are Back in Town" as we rolled in 2 hours late.
Yeah,
boys are back in town.
But it would be like one of those cartoon like the dust where everybody's fighting and just like hands and fists are coming
around
out.
the corner. There's like luggage on the
Yeah, I
really built a picture there.
I don't really mind helping out, but just don't look at me. You know what I mean? I'll help set up the party. Just don't look at me, dog. That's stupid. What's it called? But you wanted to say something about Encanto. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh yeah, I thought. Well, I will say I don't know how far we want to get into the movie because they haven't seen it, but I've seen
Spoiler
it.
alert. Yeah, I don't care about Encanto spoilers, dog.
Because he doesn't like cartoons. I've seen it 3 times, but
it's only in theaters.
No, it's on Disney Plus.
Oh, I'll watch it tonight.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, "Fuck, I should have watched it before we got here." But the thing is that you're saying spoilers, but like everybody's fucking talking about this movie. Like I know the whole plot already.
I would say everyone's talking about the same thing about it, and that's why I thought it was useful for this episode.
All I know is that the bench goes like this. I don't know. That's it. Sorry.
For like a Disney, like a kids movie, it deals a lot with like the dynamics of like a Hispanic family or a Latino family, like
Latino family. I'm sorry. Continue.
Fight you. No, I'm just kidding.
Do all the Latinos die like Suicide Squad? Just kidding. Go for it.
I will say every Latino dies in both Suicide Squad movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they brought in James Gunn to direct the scene in Encanto. Just like I'm gonna kill a bunch of Colombians.
A giant starfish shows up out of nowhere. Anyway, so the premise of Encanto is this family was like escaping from issues in Colombia of the time. It's like a period piece kind of, and
sounds like Venezuelans. Anyways,
because of the sacrifice of one of the members of the family, they're granted like a miracle. And in Encanto, like I forget what Encanto means, but it's like a bubble of safety. Like,
doesn't it mean I love it?
No, but so it's powered. The village is
an enchantment.
Yeah, it's so they live in this hidden village that's protected by the magic of the sacred candle, and the candle is owned by the family Madrigal, and with the exception of the grandmother, everyone who's born thereafter gets a gift given to them by the candle, except for the protagonist, Maribel. And so because of that, she's kind of seen there's like a lot of pressure on her to like act right, and kind of like she feels internal pressure to be more than everyone else because she's the only one without a gift. Mm-hmm. And as the movie progresses, there's like a conflict that's affecting the magic. The magic is dying, and part of it is that nobody is being their real selves. They're all kind of adhering to the image that they want to be by the grandmother.
That's fucking deep, dude. That's fucking deep. Coco's in it?
Coco's in it?
No, oh, okay, it's Colombia and it's not Mexico.
Yeah.
It reminds me of this like TikTok video I saw where it was some like a Mexican like holiday party, and it was like Harvard came back to visit the family for the holidays, and it's just some fool in a fleece jacket and glasses, and like he's just looking like this, like, and it pans around. Everybody's like all like Dodger gear and stuff, like fucking drinking and partying and stuff. Yeah, it's really funny.
But the part that I wanted to focus on was the character Bruno, because throughout the movie, there's a thing no one's allowed to talk about Bruno. There's a falling out between Bruno and the grandmother, and that reminds me of like a lot of stuff. There's nothing specific I can think of in my own family right now, but I feel like everyone relates to that conflict of like there's someone in the family who's singled out because of something about them, like they came out or something dramatic happened.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's even like a part that you don't really think about until you rewatch. A lot of people are rewatching the movie and analyzing that aspect. Like there's a song called "We Don't Talk About Bruno," and when you pay attention to who's in it, it's all one specific part of the family. It's his sister and her husband and her children. So it's like a thing happened between them, and that's why she doesn't like Bruno, and that affects how everyone perceives the Bruno through her eyes, because she's the one telling the story. She's the one depicting her side of it. So all anyone knows is the version of her story, her version of the story. But that, you know what I mean? So it creates this image of him, because even his own family is like kind of singling him out. So the rest of the town singles him out. And when you look at it, like the conflict between the two of them was because he made an awkward joke during her wedding and it freaked her out.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah.
Notice how in Mexican family dramas, you're like, wait, what happened with, let's say, what's two names? Give me two names.
Guillermo.
And?
Yolanda.
Yolanda.
I couldn't think of a name.
Hey, you guys know what happened with Jarito and Yolanda? And then they'll be like, we don't want to talk about it. It's like, what the fuck? It's always something so ridiculous because they don't want to talk about it. Like, he said fucking, let's smoke cigars in the middle of her wedding. And
Uno attacked my daughter.
That's always the funniest story.
It's always like, don't talk about it,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like, Mexicans are the best conspiracy theorists because they make conspiracies about themselves, right?
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah, like, do you know why grandma got us no gifts this year? It's because you fucking got fat, Yolanda.
She's embarrassed of you.
She's embarrassed of you. And she took away all our gifts. And we don't talk about it.
I mean...
Yeah, it is stuff like that. Because it's like you can't talk about... You can only talk like... What is it called? Like sideways. You can only talk sideways about shit. You can't like directly face things head on.
Exactly. The only time you ever face things head on are with your primos, dog.
Yeah.
When the cousins are in a room, we all talk about why Miguel and... I'm trying not to say names. But why people don't like each other, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then even then, you can have fucking drama with your cousins. Like, for instance, I'll bring up one family drama that I find is funny now, and I hope everyone involved can find it funny because I changed, right? But listen, I didn't change like in the, modern liberal view things. I did change that way too, but that's not according to the story is what I'm trying to say. Anyways.
Okay, nobody thought that, but...
I did, obviously. What's it called? My cousin, right? Growing up, her name was Monica.
Right.
Right? You guys know the story.
I know the story.
And so growing up, her name was Monica. She did very well for her life. She went to college, Every
story you go through a super good of like it doesn't matter who you're talking about. Yeah, they fucking.
So she went to college, became a lawyer, killed it, right? Killing it, Monica. Now the problem is I can't call her Monica anymore, dude, because I have to call her Monique,
right?
Because she changed her name. No surgery involved, just her name changed. Was that funny? No? Okay.
It took me a minute.
Yeah. It took me a minute too, dude. It took me a minute. All right? I'm going to call you Monica. You got to deal with that. Can I be grandfathered in? Dude, can I fucking call you Monica? I see a face, I think Monica. Now I got to think Monique. You know what I mean? And it came to a head where her dad pulled me aside and was like, "Hey, listen, she's Monique, okay? I don't know how else to tell you that." I was like, "But I fucking call her Monica my whole life, And yeah, it was a little bit of an issue. But then every time before I know I'm about to go see her, I'm in the car going Monique, 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 Monique. And even then, there's some times where I'm like, Monica.
Did you just go Monique?
Yeah, Monique.
Monique.
Anyways, that's crazy. And what's the matter with Gerardo and Monica? We don't talk about it.
First of all, it's Gerardo and Monique.
Yeah. First of all, it's Gerweirdo and Monique, okay? Yeah.
That's funny. There's something similar. It wasn't like drama, but it was. I have a cousin who he's named after his father, but everyone calls him by his middle name, but they call him by a nickname version of his middle name.
Yeah.
His middle name is Nicolas, but everyone calls him Nico. Or Nicholas, but everyone calls him Nico. And he hates being called Nicholas. Like, or growing up, he did. Like, if you did it, he would, like, lose his shit. Not lose it. He'd get mad.
Yeah.
He doesn't like it. And then, so, like, my entire childhood growing up, I called him Nico. And then I found out, because I'm autistic, that his name was actually Robert. I'm like, the fuck? What? Who are you?
Who made you?
I was like 12 years old. I'm like, I only knew him by Nico for like 12 years.
Yeah.
It was funny.
I wish I had a middle name, dude. Because you know how fucking fast I would go by my middle name?
My middle name, I've said the joke before, but I've like come to enjoy my name now that I like know the history behind it. But when I was little, I was like, man, my middle name sounds weird because my older brothers and my younger brother have very like Latino sounding first and middle names, and mine just don't.
Yeah.
I like my name, but it's like, you know, Dominic Angel. My little brother is Diego Santana, and I'm Ryan Daniel. When you say them in sequence, it sounds different.
I like how you said it all like very Mexican though. You know, Diego Santana.
It's also like I have two names that you can't. There's no like Mexican.
Yeah.
There's no Latino version of both those names.
No, there is.
You just say them with an inflection.
No, Danielle.
Exactly.
That's Mexican though, because Danielle in English is a girl, but in Spanish, Danielle. Yeah, you're wrong. Wait, let's just savor this moment.
How do you say Ryan in Spanish?
Ryan.
Exactly.
Ryan.
You just roll the R.
Ryan.
You don't do anything.
Ryan. You don't do anything.
Then again, how do you say Diego in English?
Diego.
David. Johnson. No.
No, isn't it like diet? Just kidding. I don't know.
I had this joke about how like,
I just called your brother fat.
It's funny because his nickname as a baby was Gordo.
Oh yeah.
I had this joke that never works, but I always like wanted it to work, which is just about like I love the way that Mexicans talk because like we always say cool shit like chale, like like fucking that's like the coolest thing that anybody has ever said is like
ever
chale fool.
Yeah.
And like I was like white people can't say that shit. They're always like Charlie. I don't know. I can't roll my R's.
Chale. Pinche verga, güey.
Pinching verdicts? What?
No, you know, pinche like verga means obviously penis, but also it means like that's the shit. Like
Yeah.
Ah, mira este cabrón está bien verga este cabrón. You know.
Yeah.
Shit's so sick, dude.
I do that bit with my mom where she'll cuss in Spanish, and I'll just to make her to like acknowledge how silly it sounds when she's like mad about something small. I'll say it in English, like with an English accent. Like she'll say "en que la chingada," and I'll be like, what is a chingada? And she like loses her shit. It's so funny when I say pinche menso cabrón.
Cabron? Cape Carrot is here?
Chingada. I'd chingada get out of here. I'll do that shit. It's the funniest thing.
What came first? Chala being the coolest word of all time, or you being Mexican?
I like that you did that. That was smooth.
That was a question. I'm not. That was the bit.
It's just like such a smooth move.
Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about because I remember it was an actual real thought that I had because after high school I started working in like movies and shit, like in like doing like PA work or whatever, and like it was always only white people, and then I decided to like stop doing that for a while, and so I got an after school job, like just like after school program, and everybody was Mexican. It was the first time in like 4 years since I left high school that I was around like predominantly Mexicans, and I fucking loved every second of it because they're always like, fool, nah, fool. Just like they like talk musically, it's like they get only talk with sound effects, like fool,
yeah. Learning how to speak Spanish is like also learning how to play an instrument, dude, because it's like very musical in a way.
Yeah. No.
Vamos al pinche tienda, cabrón, y vamos a comprar los Coca-Colas, güey. ¿Quieren Coca-Cola o Sprite, homie?
Sorry, I was catching my breath.
Was it funny?
It was funny. I was catching my breath.
It wasn't
What a
funny.
candy.
I really went for it, dude, and you guys didn't laugh at all. Like, I fucking put myself out there like that. What happened with you and Dominic and Ryan? We don't talk about it, dude. Because it's embarrassing for me.
Don't look at me. Fool.
Don't look at me, fool. Yeah, so I think anytime that we get into fights with anyone, us three, it has to be because we're Mexican, right?
Well, I guess
There's a way I'm trying to get into this.
Well, one thing I did want to say is that it's a weird thing within like a lot of Mexican Latino families of like just like conflict is just accepted. Like it's like a way of life. Like it just some fools are going to be fighting, and that's just how it is.
Yeah. And there's always that one person that's like, oh, here we go again, fool, you know? Right?
New Year's.
Hashtag Easter. They're fighting, fool. Hashtag Easter. Stupid. No, but anyways, what I'm trying to say is like every time I get mad on stage, I hate the audience, right?
Right.
You guys.
I mean, I know that about you.
Mm-hmm. You guys also do that too?
No, I don't.
Right? You're being awkwardly silent right now, so I feel.
I mean, I don't do that.
Oh, okay. Funny you
But
say
if
that.
you want.
Because look at the video I have here. Just kidding.
I'm just passive aggressive about it.
If you want me to be, I will. I would love to see Ryan get upset at an audience. But they just turned into like my parents. I'm like, fuck you guys. You guys don't know me, you know. Right? No? Wrong. Okay. I'm embarrassed.
That seems like something outside of being Mexican.
Yeah. Nah, I don't know. It's easy to hate your family members, right?
No, that is a relatable statement.
It's easy to hate the audience. Just try it, guys. That's all I'm saying.
The audience is not family.
Oh, that's the misconnection there. I always thought the audience was family.
I just love that, like...
This is Olive Garden. I fucking hate you.
That's like, I treat my fans like they're my family, and then it cuts to you berating everyone at your show. Why would you laugh?
Fuck you!
You never support me! I like this!
I don't understand. I love you.
No, you don't get it. I fucking love you.
Laugh at the joke. It's like a Mexican family. When you hear you're going to Olive Garden, when you hear your family, you know, they're like, everyone fights here, dog, or what?
The doors swing open, it's just like, when you hear your family, get the fuck out.
Oh my god. I was just thinking of that time you said they called you college boy. What's that joke you do?
Oh, that I went to a restaurant that was called Real Mexican Food.
Yeah.
And that shit was made by real Mexicans food. They called me a college boy because I paid with the debit card.
Yeah, dude, that's hilarious. Have you guys ever seen a public fight happening?
Yes.
Yeah?
Like between families or just like general?
Between Mexicans, like.
Yeah.
Between Mexicans.
Well, yeah, between families.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Not that, no stories.
Oh, so I feel like you guys are lying to me.
All the time.
On the way to your apartment, fool, what the fuck? Yeah. I was getting into I was trying to leave my cousin's party. He was drunk, and there was a family that walked by, an old man, and he goes, New Year's. Anyways, I don't know.
Have you ever heard the worst? Like, I've seen people get into fights like in public, but the worst is when have you experienced somebody that gets into a fight on the phone, like at a bus stop or something, and they're just like arguing on the phone, and then they'll always like walk into the middle of the street and like be like, I got 6 people here right now that saying you're a bitch. They're like, tell me I'm lying, fool, and I'm just waiting for the bus.
I'm just waiting. I don't think he's a bitch. Honestly.
I'm trying to go to work.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I it's funny too because people don't really like to talk on the phone and get into physical fights, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's usually a device. You call somebody, I'm gonna fuck you up, dog, and then it never happens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often have people like followed through with fucking somebody up after saying I'm gonna fuck you up on the phone?
I think that's the best way to start a fight, though, because then you like hang up, and then what if you really do drive, and then you're on the way, and then Jim Croce comes on, and you're just like, that's just the way I feel.
That's just the way it feels. He's like, I just want to fuck him up.
He doesn't understand.
He doesn't get it.
I love him.
I love him, but I have to punch him a lot.
I imagine like this is after the same guy that said everyone's calling you a bitch is like crying to the bus stop people. I've seen that.
Have you guys ever said I'm gonna fuck you up on the phone?
No.
It feels pretty good.
No.
I haven't done it either.
I've like been in fights, but I've never been that guy to be like to threaten. I don't know. I've never like threatened anyone.
Oh, come on, Ryan.
I don't think I'm good at threatening people.
What do you think's the funniest like fight phrase? Like I've heard when people are just like, "Yo, keep my name out your mouth."
Yeah.
That's funny. I've heard that in like real life and in high school, and I'm like, I don't think you realize how silly you sound right now.
Put some respect on my name.
Yeah,
Like
it's some fucking
you
mayonnaise.
think you sound like an adult, but you don't.
I know the funniest one.
What?
I think it's Motorhead. What's the lead singer of Motorhead? He just died recently.
Fuck, just
Lenny or something. Lenny. I forget.
Lemmy.
Yes.
Let me
He had a
fight
line.
you.
I'm pretty sure he had a line that he said, "I'm here to lay pipe and clean clocks, and all the clocks are clean right now," kind of thing, right? But like, I'm here to lay pipe and clean clocks, and I've laid all the pipe I can today. And then just fucking somebody up. You know what cleaning a clock means, right?
Yeah, clean your clock.
Yeah, like you knock somebody out.
Yeah.
And you know what laying pipe is?
Yeah.
What is it, Ryan?
What is it?
Come on, dude.
Why do I have to prove that I know what that means? Everyone knows. Twitter's a thing, dude. Everyone knows what lay pipe down.
I don't know what that is. Right? I don't
Hashtag-
explain it to me.
It's a
Right?
hashtag.
Lay pipe, dog.
What do you mean?
I'm not gonna do
What
it.
is
Lay
it?
the pipe on the people right now, dude.
Gross!
Lay it
means
on me.
intercourse, dude.
I don't consent.
I don't consent. Our whole audience just R-worded you. I was gonna say,
The funniest like instance of when somebody said something. This actually happened. I tried to turn it into a joke, but I was on a bus and these two people were fighting over a seat. And one of the guys stood up and was like, "Man, keep fucking with me, and I'll see what you had for breakfast."
oh yeah.
I'll see what you had for breakfast. And I just spent like the whole bus ride like, what the fuck is he talking about? And then I was like, oh, he's gonna slice open his stomach.
Yeah. Damn.
I don't understand like tough guy logic. Like, why do you want me to be afraid of you and think you're fucking clever? Like,
It's those dudes that think that like watching anything other than action movies makes you girly.
Yeah.
Like all they'd watch is Sylvester Stallone.
Also, with that too, it's like, what came first, his cleverness or him stabbing somebody? You know what I mean? Like the first time he stabs somebody and the guy's bleeding on the ground, he's like, "Oh, hey, that's breakfast right there, right?
this guy's scrambled eggs.
I didn't want this."
Hey man, I didn't want to see what you had for breakfast.
And then he's like,
Light bulb.
"Oh,
His dude's like, hey, that's pretty clever.
Never eat before a knife fight.
it comes out just like you chewed it."
Or it's like people like, or like, have you ever seen like anybody be like, why are you getting froggy for?
Oh,
Or,
that's
like,
a good one. I don't even know what that means.
It's like, why are you like,
Why are you hopping around, homie?
yeah.
I think it's because like they go like when they're ready to punch.
Yeah. Why are you getting froggy, dog? They're making the frogs gay, homie. What the fuck? Alex Jones reference. Sorry. No, but what's getting froggy? Like dyeing your hair green?
You do kind of look like a rainforest.
Shut the fuck up, Ryan.
like a rainforest toad.
No, obviously I shaved my head.
Yeah. We didn't talk about that.
No, I know. Fuck.
Yeah. I was going to shave my head, but I think I re-dyed it actually. I don't know if you could tell. It's a little
What?
bit. I touched it up. I mean, I didn't really care. It's just I didn't like what the color it was getting. But the thing is like
It was getting like yellow, huh?
Yeah.
yeah, it was getting like, but like I don't like having my hair that short,
Yeah.
right? So like, I'm just gonna wait for it to grow out a little bit more before I cut it.
You're like the
And I'll keep it.
spokesperson
Shut
for
the
like Juicy Drop.
Damn fool, you went into a troll doll status, dog.
Troll doll DJ.
But
What are you gonna do next with your hair?
I might do pink, maybe purple.
Weirdo.
I think I might dye it blue, and then after 1 month or two, cut it. What the fuck is so funny?
You gave me a little long stare thing.
Oh,
Yeah. So you're gonna. So now that it's green. Okay. Sorry if we're talking about it. You know, like mine was blonde, right?
Right.
I could have dyed it anything, right? And it would have. I didn't have to bleach it again or anything.
It depends on the color, because yours was like an orangish blonde. If you wanted to do like lighter colors, you'd have to bleach it again
Fuck that.
to get it like.
What color would you have dyed it?
No, I wanted it gone. I missed my black hair, dude.
Theoretically, if you were gonna dye it again, what color?
Death.
Okay.
I'd rather die.
Yeah, you'd have to bleach your hair for that.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Maybe pink. I think would be.
Yeah, you would have to do it.
Yeah. What?
Jesus Christ.
Because like 5 seconds ago I said pink and you called me weird.
I like being weird.
Fight after that.
I'm gonna call you Shakes, homie. You always
Keep
shake
my
me.
name at you.
Don't fucking look at me, huh?
I'll see what you had for breakfast.
We just started spouting lines.
I wish
so
we
funny.
could talk about the Steve Harvey thing.
Dude, one-liners to me are so funny in real life because there's only 2 places that they get them from. It's action movies and anime. Like, see what you had for breakfast sounds like something a pirate would say.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna see what you had for breakfast, eh?
Like, I picture Mr. Krabs saying, I'll see what you had for breakfast, yarg. It's so funny to me.
I mean, when you look under the surface, it's kind of a dark thing because
Under
what if
the
his dad said that
surface.
to him? You know what I mean? It's like, Dad, I don't even eat breakfast anymore. Like later in life, he's like, Dad, I don't even eat breakfast because you always wanted to see what I had for it. Sorry. I don't even like breakfast, fool. Fuck you, dog.
That's why I say breakfast now.
Oh, you want to see what I had for 4th meal? Because I had that last night.
It was scrambled eggs.
It was breakfast.
It was breakfast. Oh, fuck.
Anyways,
I thought you were trying to make a pun because you said under the surface, and I said Mr. Krabs.
Family fights are crazy though, because like I said, like it's weird that like the conflict itself is just accepted. Like you think like people will kill each other, and then like in a couple of days you just act like nothing happens.
Yeah, cool.
That was like one of the things that I wanted to talk about was like I'll try not to give too much detail into it, but it was like when I was 13 years old. Remember when I went to El Paso recently? That was the first time I've been there since this thing happened when I was like 13 years old. Where we were hanging out.
Also, it's not easy to go to El Paso, so.
I mean, it kind of is.
Anyway, sorry.
But the whole point was
Last
like,
time we went,
I was
we
hanging
drove
out, we were hanging out at my grandma's house, and like, my little cousin was this really hyper kid, and he liked to play around. He was like 4 or something like that. And so he comes up to me one time, sitting on the couch, and he's like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" And I'm like, "What's up?" And he fucking like pimp slapped me across the face.
Damn.
Just straight up, like all his fucking force, like, "Pah!" And I was like, "What the fuck?" And I like wanted to fucking deck this kid.
Yeah.
But I did. I was like, "Get away from me."
Yeah.
So as soon as I like did this, I put my hands on him, but I just was just like, I kind of just like swatted him out the way a little bit. And so he took, as soon as he touched me, he went, whew, and did like a Superman fly across the room, like on his own volition.
Yeah.
Okay. And then my uncle saw that and he's like, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing? You're hitting my kid." And I was like, "That's not what I was like, "No, that's not what happened." I was like 12, I was like crying. And then like my dad came in and he's like, "Hey, you can't yell at my son like that." And then so they started fighting. And then I was like, "Oh no, this is all my fault." Blah, blah, blah. And it became like a big thing and my uncle left. And then like ever since then, like I never visited because I was like, that shit was so traumatizing.
Yeah.
And then I found out a couple of weeks later, this fool never called to apologize. And then I found out like a couple of weeks later, like my dad was like calling him on the phone, but like talking about whatever. Like he's like, and then since then, every year, like whenever my dad would tell me that he's called my uncle, and I'm like, "Oh, did he say sorry?"
Yeah. Never.
But yeah, but I mean, it's a thing. It's obviously I was a fucking kid, like, and now when I went to go visit him, I was 29. So it's like we visited, and I didn't bring it up. I was ready to fucking for this fool to be like, but he didn't say anything, and like it was a thing where I was like, I'm just gonna give it up. Like, why am I hanging on to this? It's nonsense. Especially because like I could see like he actually did change, even though he didn't like say sorry or anything. Like he became like a totally different person from when I met him.
But
Also-
you are technically his bitch forever if he pimp slapped you, right?
Yeah. I know. I introduced my cousin. He's so fucking tall. Like, he's way taller than me. And then when they introduced us, they were like, "Oh, do you remember your cousin Dominic?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh yeah, remember this?"
That would have been so fun. I mean, it wouldn't have, but it would have.
AC/DC plays.
Yeah.
Back in black.
It's a long way
to the top if you wanna fuck with me. Why'd you slap my face? It turns into that one song by Aretha Franklin, right? Or
I don't know.
I can't remember. There's so many. I know the song you're talking about. I just can't remember the lyrics.
I got pimp slapped at the age of 13.
That's sad.
It fucked me up. My cousin sucks ass. I hate him. He's a bitch. Okay, sorry. I think I've told you guys privately, maybe on a podcast. I don't keep track of what I say on podcasts, right? But I do want to tell this story about family drama. Do you mind, Ryan?
What is it?
What is it? He didn't say. He's like, no, I don't mind. He's like, tell me what it is.
Tell me the whole story, and
then I'll tell you if I mind.
There's one I know I enjoy.
Which one?
Just tell your story.
Oh, come on. I'm interested in knowing which one you enjoy.
Use a keyword.
Keyword.
Uno.
No.
Ryan, everybody fucking knows.
I know I told that one.
I know, it's just so funny.
Fine, I'll tell the Uno story. When I was 19, we went to Mexico to do a 50-mile walk. It's like a pilgrimage,
right?
Where you walk to a church. My uncle had made this pact because my cousin came out with no birth defects. He's like, "Hey, God gave us a good baby. I'll walk for God." You know what I mean? Which kind of, it's like, what if he came out, with a missing leg or something? He's like, "Ha, don't gotta walk,
Never walking again." He's not getting off my couch.
I'm that one. Thank you, God. It's like a win-win situation. If the baby comes out bad, whatever your interpretation of bad is,
he just gets one of those like Charles Xavier like pods to float around in.
It's a floating chair. Yeah. He doesn't even have to wheel it.
I was so happy when you were born, mijo, because I didn't have to walk 50 miles.
He's like carrying him while he's on.
So anyways, we went to Mexico to walk from Tepatitlan to San Juan de Morelos, which is a 50-mile walk. Took 2 days.
Damn.
Before we left at the airport, I was smoking a cigarette outside the airport, and my uncle's trying to quit cigarettes at the time. They've quit now for sure, so that's better. But my uncle's, it was like a Jack Black moment in Tropic Thunder, where he was like, "Hey bro, I don't care what I say. Do not give me a cigarette this whole time. I don't give a fuck. Like, I will try to convince you. You're going to see a completely different side of me asking for a cigarette. I'm going to tell you, like, no, it's fine. I know I said this earlier." Like, he was giving me all of the what's it called? The workarounds. He was trying not to let himself smoke,
Right.
And cigarettes are really cheap out there.
Yeah.
At the time. I don't know what it is like now. Mexican economy, inflation, right? Just kidding. I don't know. So I say, "You got it, dude. I'm just smoking a cigarette." Okay, dude, And we get there, we're walking the 25 miles a day, and he's finally just like, "Gerardo, I know I said all that, but can I please have a cigarette, dude?" And I was like, "No, dude, I'm sorry, I can't get you a cigarette, He's like, "Please, dude. How much money do you want? How much fucking money do you want? I'll give you a cigarette." And I was like, I'm not going to give you a cigarette, right? I may be exaggerating it, but that's what it felt like. It was so intense that he wanted one. And then his way out of it every time to this day is homosexual jokes, right? Homophobic jokes, rather. And so he kept calling me gay, right? With more colorful language than that word, right? Right. Multiple times, right? And my cousin Andy was with us. My cousin Andy, he's a year older than me. And a football player, huge. Don't fall asleep, Ryan. Look at you. So, you're the one that asked us for the story. Just kidding. He's huge, right? And the whole time he's watching this, and he's probably thinking to himself, like, "Why the fuck isn't Gerardo just giving him a cigarette?" Right? Because it's like always, it kept bringing it up. It was like a 2 or 3 day trip or whatever.
Right.
And then so on the way back, I was in the car with my 2 uncles because the other uncle picked us up, and my cousin, and they kept calling me gay over and over again, right? And so finally, at a certain point, I was like, "You guys are gay. This is stupid. Fuck all of you, dude." Because it was getting me to that point, and I was getting to my car. And so I get out to go to my car, and my cousin gets out, and he's like, "Hey, dude, you don't say that to your fucking uncles, dog. You don't say that shit to your uncles, dog. I don't know what the fuck got into you, dude. You don't say that shit to your uncle. You don't." And he slapped me in the face like, "You don't say that shit to your uncles." You know what I mean? And then I was like, come on, dude, do what you got to do. And then he punched me in the face. And then I was like, oh, Jesus, he's a huge person, right? He's the fattest person I've ever seen. He's so fucking fat, dude. I really hope he's okay because he's so large.
Punches your AC/DC starts.
You a bitch and you're dying tonight. Okay, sorry. So anyways, my sister pulls up and I'm just like, I'm a little bitch just taking it because this guy's so fucking fat, and big. And beautiful though. He's a really handsome man. But it's important to say that. But what's
How big
it
he
called?
was?
Yeah. That especially. That's the most important part. But he's also very good looking. But so my sister pulls up and sees this and she's like, "What the fuck?" Like Jim Brewer's cockatoo, and then. Dr. Fauci. She came out and she was like, "Yeah, you better fucking leave," doing the whole bird thing. And then so he dips out, and I haven't seen him since.
Fuck.
Damn.
He moved to Texas. He got into some other shenanigans with my uncles, and his sister watches this, so she'll probably tell him about it. All right, we're gonna cut that all out. Anyways, yeah, funny? No, right? Family drama is not funny. Hug your fucking loved ones, dude. You never know when you're gonna lose them like Jim Croce in a plane crash.
How long ago did he die?
1973.
Oh my god.
Death isn't funny, Ryan. He laughs.
I beg to differ.
What's the funniest death that could possibly happen?
It's funny. I have like a go-to, but I can't remember.
You know how somebody gets really hurt and it's funny and you try not to laugh.
I know, like, there have been moments where it's like, it's sad that person is gone, everything they represent, but, that's so,
Like, a good example, Anton Yelchin getting ran over by his own car.
I was going to say the other guy from Fast and Furious, like, for that guy.
Paul Walker.
Paul Walker, for him to die in a car crash of all things.
That's not funny, Ryan. That's just coincidence. That's
just... Maybe he was driving a little too fast.
He wasn't driving.
A little too giggling.
A little too furious. That's so fucked up. It's so fucked up. I'm not laughing at what you said, but I'm laughing at how you're laughing.
Do you know how many Mexicans love Paul Walker?
I know.
You're gonna get us fucking killed, dude.
No, dude.
It's very sad that he's gone, but
Now
that's
people
the
are gonna be
first
like-
thing I thought of.
People are gonna be like, "I thought you loved Isimo. What happened?" He's like, "I don't want to talk about it." Oh my god.
We don't talk about these. Oh, you don't know the song.
Elvis dying on the toilet, dude.
That's really funny.
That's fucking funny, right? Right. But what's a way that we haven't heard of yet that would be hilarious, right? I know Ryan's got a couple.
No, I'm just like thinking of weird scenarios, like someone who survives a plane crash but chokes on one of the peanuts. That'd be weird.
That's fucked up. You got a crazy imagination, dude. It's just my imagination killing people in funny ways. I don't know. I don't know. We don't have to really say any, but it's just a topic. Thought
There is like a funny one I can't remember.
Yeah.
Anything that has to do with the butt.
True. I mean, no, there's not anything. Not anything.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Like the whole jail thing where they put a broomstick up there. That's terrible.
Oh!
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not talking about.
I didn't know that existed.
That's not funny though. See how he didn't laugh? He laughs at everything.
I was talking about when I say butt, I mean anything the posterior.
Oh, so like a dog bite on your butt and then you die from it. That's funny.
You get rabies.
He laughs. You get rabies
right away. He gets rabies. This fool's foaming at the mouth. He gets rabies.
He's foaming at the mouth. He's dying. That's my favorite thing of all time.
Every time you said it, you like sounded more and more like someone with rabies.
Can you guys do or no?
No, I can't do it.
Like,
You guys got to work on it.
You sound like a Mexican Popeye.
All right, well, that's it for today's episode, yeah? Or do you guys want to say anything else?
I mean, I guess just fucking talk. Don't just fight all the fucking time.
Yeah.
you know.
I think what I was trying to get the through line of this is like it's better to communicate things. Like it's crazy that the things there. I think I said 2 things: the Monica thing and my uncle's calling me gay thing. I'm still scared of talking about that stuff. You know?
No, that's what I was saying.
With you in El Paso, maybe.
Yeah. No, that was exactly what it was. Like the whole time I was there. Until I like met up with my uncle, I was nervous like the whole time that we were in Texas. Like, but then until we hung out and we started talking, even though we didn't talk about it, it was just more of a me thing. Where obviously it's fucking childhood trauma because I was like 12 years old when that thing happened. Yeah, but it was more just like, I don't know. For me to I had to give it up and then just accept like, you know, from what I've seen now, him who he is today. It's a much different person, you know, but it's also something like, I feel like this is not something that I should have held on to for fucking 15, 16 years. Yeah. Like I should have talked to my dad about it and like, yo, that fucking really fucked me up. Like you got to talk to this fool about it. Yeah.
And you know, though, it's not easy to communicate things, right? It's not easy to set boundaries. Yeah. But I don't know what came first, the fact that it's not easy or the fact that we need to do it.
Stupid. I would say like that's why I wanted to talk about that cartoon is I feel like that conflict between those 2 characters is a perfect analogy for what a lot of people go through when it comes to conflict. He's laughing this whole time.
No, I appreciate that too.
Yeah. So I didn't mention, but you probably already figured out if you've seen the previews. Bruno's superpowers, he sees the future. He has precognition. So when he makes this joke, she thinks that he's foretelling the future. And the fact that his joke makes her lose control and start a hurricane because her power's controlling the weather, it puts it makes a precedent for every premonition he has that it's always something negative. That as long as whatever he says, it's somehow his fault that it's a bad thing that comes true. And that's a great analogy for like how conflict, not talking about it and letting it just like fester in everyone's mind based on how they perceived it rather than what actually happened, can grow into these things from these little things. Like literally, there's actual fights that I know, friends and family or family of friends, that it started that way. Like it was someone made an off joke, didn't correct it, and it started a fight between them. Yeah, like it can be something that's small when you don't talk about it.
Yes,
and I think. Sorry, did you have anything to say? No. Okay, so last thing I kind of like think about this is just like, it's okay if you're the only one, like you're you're starting to question things and you're starting to communicate and you're starting to set boundaries. It's okay for you to be the first one, because even if it doesn't work for like your generation of like your cousins or like, you know, the upper generation, the older generation, like you're setting a prime example. One, for yourself to like have peace, but also like for your younger family to like see somebody that can like communicate in a healthy way. So I think that's like a really good thing to like consider and like try to follow through with things. It's not always easy. I still fight with my mom all the time, and it's like we're trying our best to like break down these fucking walls of trauma.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, use resources, and resources don't have to be words on a page. Resources are like you guys to me, you know, like my friends, my family, like talking to those people, communicating things, how you feel, and things that you want to stop. Yeah. And to the like, everyone's trying their best, even though people like it all comes from some sort of survival instinct. Yeah. People getting into fights and stuff. Yeah. Like, you know, what is it called? Like the integrity of the family is always at stake. Right. But that's not so much the case. We live in an age of information. You could learn about what it is to be human. Yeah. By looking further than just this fool fucking called me fat and I'm mad, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's to bring it back. The final thing I'll say about it, like even looking at this made up cartoon thing, like even the conflict between them two isn't about them. When you like analyze it, it's about the toxicity of the dynamic of the family as a whole. Yeah. Because in the movie, like the image is everything. And so one part of their dynamic and that feeds that conflict so much is that they're triplets. But so the one that's not mentioned as much in the movie is their older sister, who is the mother of the main character. Her superpower, she heals people with food. like any ailment can be healed by eating her food.
Best character.
So she has, of the three of them, she has the most useful and controllable power. So it's like the other two are fighting for second place, and you have one that doesn't know that that's the fight, and so he's just like taking all of this being berated by everyone, and you have this other one who her power is so chaotic that it's seen as a negative when she like makes it rain.
Yeah.
Even though rain is useful in the rainforest. And so she's quick to like push the light onto someone else doing something else negative and kind of shirk the blame because everyone else is making her lose control when it's really just like that there shouldn't be a bad thing when, you know, she feels down sometimes. She should be allowed to feel upset.
Yes.
And so even that, it's like it all stems from how everyone interacts with everyone. Mm-hmm. And so it's not just about the two people at conflict. It's like the dynamic that set up that situation to begin with.
Yes.
Yeah. And just as a button, I just wanted to throw it out there, like to thank like all of our listeners that are like doing the work, and especially like the social workers and the fucking therapists, because I know we have like a few. I think it's amazing, like that these resources are being brought up more in our community.
And I want to thank you guys for not calling me fat. Right?
It is a funny thing, like. No, I'll just a little behind the things. This is just a joke, but every time we're setting up the cameras, you always say, "I'm a little bit bigger than you guys," and I snicker.
Shut the fuck up. Alrighty, well, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening. Oh, dude, you could fucking rate on Spotify now.
Hell yeah!
Oh hell yeah!
And 60 people have already rated us.
Air 5.
5 stars. It's 5 stars.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you guys, and it's a new year.
Tell us what your resolutions are in the comments.
Yeah.
My resolution is to never see that again.
My resolution is to never drink soda again.
Oh.
Soda? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
I had a fat horchata last night, though. Is that bad? That's not soda, right?
Like you replace soda with just your own horchata machine that turns.
I'm not drinking soda this year because I bought the horchata 3000.
It's like the little sombrero character on the side. Like,
Horchata-nator.
Horchata-nator. Yeah.
I was gonna say tornado, but that sounds gross.
You know, it's so funny when I'm editing clips. It's so hard. I get so upset with myself because if something makes me laugh, I repeat it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mexicans do that shit all the time. My family will say something like over again, like oh, I can't remember what.
Was that your French side of the family?
Yeah. Anyway, so please rate and review us on Spotify. Follow us on Spotify if you're listening there. Follow us on Apple Podcasts and rate and review, please. Subscribe to the YouTube and comment your New Year's resolution. And also, follow us on Instagram. Dude, our Batman clip got 20,000 views on Instagram.
That's crazy.
Batman should be mixing.
What?
That was a reference to the clip.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyways, thank you very much. And until next time, though. Don't fly.
Don't fly.
It's in my podcast.
It's in my podcast.
Jesus Christ.
Don't look at me.
You have one fucking job.
You dropped the ball on me.
You dropped the ball on me, baby. You dropped the ball on me.
Is that the noise he makes because it fell on his foot?
Yeah.